Hi, it's Tara. Today I'm talking about how you know when it's time to get a second opinion, how you know maybe when you need to find a different doctor. And the reason I'm addressing this is because so many people come into their appointments and they come to see me of their own volition, of their own desire to have some therapeutic work done to see if they can get better, to see if they can get mentally and emotionally and physically strong and resilient and actually find happiness. And a lot of the frustration in my field comes from the lack of knowledge, this big knowledge gap between the medical profession and what we do as therapists, especially what we do as far as the latest brain science and helping people really change the pathways in their brain and using neuroplasticity to get better long term. So it's not just talk therapy anymore. And what we know is that talking about your problems doesn't help heal the trauma of your life or help heal you, makes you feel better in the moment. But long-term healing doesn't come from talk therapy. So it's why I practice in a different way. But a lot of doctors either don't know the information or they're not interested in the information. They can't know everything. So people go see their doctor because that's somebody that they trust and they're looking for advice on symptom management. And this is where the problem is that what's underneath the symptoms, the cause of the symptoms, is never really addressed. What happens typically is doctors don't even tell people to see a psychotherapist, let alone refer to somebody that they've taken the time to get to know and to know how they work and what their practices are. And that's the frustrating part, because really, if we could all work together, people would get better faster and for longer. And the goal is for people not just to be symptom free or to have their symptoms managed, particularly by medication, which is largely ineffective outside of placebo effect, and for which there are supplements that actually outperform them in clinical studies. The fact of the matter is there's things that we can do using neuroplasticity and changing the brain that can help people heal in this moment and provide them with a life that actually has happiness and joy and future resilience for the rest of their life. And so this is the piece that's missing, because what happens is doctors can't know everything. They don't know everything, and they're diagnosing mental health conditions without being a mental health specialist, and they're prescribing really strong psychoactive medications that have a high side effect profile and have been linked to increased risk of dementia and Alzheimer's, as well as gastrointestinal issues and other things, and are very, very difficult to come off of. And what's happening is they're getting a prescription and sending them on their way. And so what I'm saying is it's time to get a second opinion. If you go to your doctor for mental health concerns, depression, anxiety, any of that, and the first thing that they do is write you a prescription, I would walk out of there, I would go get a second opinion until you find somebody that gives you good, solid advice. What a good doctor will say is, here's what you need to do to change your lifestyle. Exercise every day. Look here, here, and here for stress management techniques. Maybe look at meditation. Look into your diet. Have an anti-inflammatory diet. They would know that inflammation is linked to depression and other mental health issues as well. So this would be something that they would recommend. Diet, maybe supplements that we know clinically have been reported and well-researched as being more effective than antidepressants and anti-anxiety. They would know about these things. And if they didn't, they would direct you to somebody that was a specialist in those areas for supplementation, for natural health, for lifestyle adjustment, for exercise. And then they would say, on top of all of those things, here's your prescription, your lifestyle prescription. And I want you to see a psychotherapist that works with cutting edge brain science that will help you change your brain. It'll help you build resiliency. It will help you find happiness and deal with the root of what's ever causing these symptoms. If you try these things for 30 days and you're still suffering, then come back and then we'll readdress what else needs to be done. And at that point, then they would refer you to somebody that's a specialist in the field, which should be a psychiatrist, and hopefully a holistic psychiatrist that would know about the different medications, but only resort to them as a very last resort. Psychoactive medication for depression and anxiety should only be used as a last resort after everything else is tried. And so if you don't have a doctor that's recommending those things, it's time to get a second opinion. It's time to maybe find a different doctor. And definitely you need to be an advocate of your own health and your own mental health. Psychotherapy and lifestyle adjustments should always be the first thing recommended and should be the first thing top of mind for you. Try those for 30 days and then go to the next level if you feel like you need to. So I hope this is helpful for you to really evaluate where you're getting good support and advice from and where your channels of healing are. I'd love to hear about where you found the best healing for your emotional and mental health issues outside of pharmaceutical methods. So feel free to email me or share in a comment what has worked for you. I would love to hear more about it. And in the meantime, I hope you're well. Until next time.